What's the personality type of David Dobrik? In today's video, we're going to try and figure that out.
Oh my god. 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 Holy shit. Holy shit. Keith, are you good? I'm going in. I'm going in.
The amount of new things and chaos David brings into his life, it makes it pretty obvious he's an EP personality type. There's normal people's bandwidth for trying new things, seeing new things, and then there's David Dobrik, who clearly is very comfortable with the extreme. Constantly shuffling through new things, making things happen, putting himself in positions to gather, explore, discover new things, even if it brings along with it a little bit of chaos. All of the EP personality types love taking things in faster than they can actually sort things out. Make sense of things. Sometimes that eagerness can be a little subtle, but with David, it's not subtle at all.
Guys, look how cool this is. It starts as a cube. Oh my god, and you slowly... It turns into a literal ice sphere.
Now, in terms of what type of gathering, exploring, discovering David is most eager to do, at first it can seem like David must be an extroverted sensor, who's very, very clued into, engaged with the moment. He must be an SP personality type. His videos are so chaotic, they seem very in the moment, they seem like they're all about the moment. However, if you take a step back and look at what David himself, the person, is actually doing, what he gets excited about, he's not actually most excited to play, interact, explore with the present moment in a physical way, in a sort of sensory way. What David has the most fun with is the idea of things. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I've never thought of that before. What if this happened? The fireworks show is in the random connections and possibilities David likes coming up with or discovering.
Flying to Boston to propose to Jason's mom so I can become his stepdad. Oh my god. Are you serious? David, are you serious? I'm gonna marry her in Vegas and I'm gonna honeymoon with her in Hawaii.
What if I actually married my best friend's mom? What if we flew to Vegas right now and bet $20,000 all on red? What if my friend woke up to a nightclub in his house? David's personality type really likes entertaining, exploring ideas, connections, possibilities other people wouldn't go for, other people wouldn't even think of. This is because of a personality superpower called extroverted intuition. You notice how eagerly David likes to look for, likes to play with what ifs?
Wait, that's such a good point.
Right.
If I clone myself, would he expect to be paid?
Of course, I mean, that would
but
be the
knowing
right thing
me,
to
if
do.
I was my own assistant, I would be like, this, I'm not working for this guy. I'm going to start my own thing. And then my clone would start his own YouTube channel.
Competing channel.
And he'd compete with me in life.
Extroverted intuition is a way of seeing the world that's very focused on what is possible, what could be. Their minds like jumping completely off the script, away from what's accepted or expected, to see if there's something there.
Guys, look at this. This is about to change your life. So how many times are you driving in the car, but you're starving? Instead of going to pull over somewhere, now you have this necklace that you literally just open up, and inside you can store your chicken nuggets from earlier. Nothing has changed. I have regular nuggets on this side and spicy on this side.
Starving.
Oh my god. Let me just pop one open for you.
Thank you so much.
And then it goes right back. And then you just fill it up later.
For them in here, it's like there's this jumbled open mess of wires and cables all just sort of lying there, and they have a lot of fun plugging random outlets and sockets together to see if anything happens. A lot of times nothing happens. The connections, possibilities they entertain are sort of useless, don't really go anywhere. But every once in a while, the lights do turn on. Just by being so focused on the what ifs, on the what could be's, they come up with insights or entertainment, connections, possibilities other people wouldn't come across. And that type of exploring, imagining, guessing, it's so fun for all of the NP personality types that use this personality superpower called extroverted intuition. The next interesting thing about David Dobrik is his very strong individualist side. He's very, very internally motivated. When he's flying across the country to chase his friends with a paintball gun, when he's executing on some pretty extreme pranks, when he's setting off an explosion in his backyard, when he's giving his friends, his fans, strangers huge amounts of money or cars. He very much likes doing things his own way and for his own reasons. He's not as swayed, influenced, distracted by the outside group perspective, how things normally work, how we should behave. No, David likes trusting his own individual personal standard for what he wants to do, what makes sense to him.
Can I describe one night that I'm gonna cut you off? I'm gonna describe one night that made me go, maybe you're addicted to this. When someone gets punched in the face, their general reaction is to be like, oh my God, I got punched in the face, this hurts. Let's get away from the person who punched me in the face.
Sure.
You were smiling and laughing and grinning. I feel like you were hoping that that wasn't going to go well, and that person who hit you in the face would maybe do it again on camera. What were you hoping for?
I was just hoping to talk to them and just figure out why they punched me in the face.
Why they punched you?
I don't know. Nothing like stuff like that doesn't bum me out. Like I don't hold grudges because nothing matters. Like nothing. Like everything passes. All like feelings towards people just it ends up just evaporating. So there's no point of being mad at this person even in the minute. Like I would never get into a fight with someone. It's the fucking stupidest thing in the world.
In his vlogs, David's very expressive, but if you see his real personality away from the vlogs, he's actually a little bit more on the logical side. He doesn't sort out what he wants to do, what's right for him, using his feelings by exploring his feelings. Instead, his strength is actually making things a little more impersonal, less emotional, so that he can reason things out.
So like in that moment where I'm like, I got punched in the face, like what am I gonna fucking, like I wanna see the situation through. Like
feelings are something that people latch onto because they don't really have this like thing that they have to keep doing.
I've never been like that though, even when I didn't have anything that was distracting me. Like when we used to go to parties when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And people would just be like, get the fuck out of here, little pussy. And it would just make me just smile, because I'd be like, why is this person like this? Like it's so unnecessary. Who are they? What is this for? Like why are you doing? And it's just like, it's just fun to laugh at because it doesn't matter. There's no point of me being angry.
So do you think feelings are useless?
No, I think
to a
anger.
degree.
I think anger is just so. It's so silly.
David uses a personality superpower called introverted thinking that likes to filter information without the emotional charge on things. All these TP personality types have this sort of personal algorithm that's constantly scanning what's going on, scanning information to question it, to critique it. Does this actually add up? Everything gets turned into a data point and then sorted, checked like a data point. 2 + 2 = 4. Yes, that adds up. That makes sense to me. 2 + 2 = 5. No, that's dumb. That's a terrible idea. That doesn't make any sense to me. The priority of introverted thinking is to figure out what's my most accurate, correct interpretation of what's going on, what actually matters.
Like this guy calling me a bitch, I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I don't care. And I'm like, if you ever get into a fight with me, like I'll get over it in literally like an hour, and I'll be like, dude, this is stupid. Let's just talk about it. What do you want? Like, let's just figure this out. Let's solve it.
A lot of times this personal algorithm way of sorting things out, reasoning things out, makes these TP personality types feel a little out of place, a little bit weird. Why am I not reacting the way other people do? Why am I not motivated, affected by a lot of things other people are? Introverted thinking isn't weird. It's just a different way of sorting things out. There's a lot of contexts where it's huge strength to not be as influenced, distracted by outside stuff, to be able to filter out bias, look at things impersonally, to question, critique things other people just sort of go with. Now here's where things get a little interesting. While David does like to make sense of things, sort things out away from the group, you can tell he's actually still very clued into other people's emotions, how he can emotionally affect other people, people dynamics, group dynamics. This is because David's personality type isn't just logical, unemotional, introverted thinking. He also does sometimes sort things out, make decisions using a clumsy version of extroverted feeling that's clued into people dynamics, how he emotionally affects other people. If you see any of his videos, and he's talked about it in his podcast, he is completely obsessed with reactions, strong reactions, emotional reactions. You can see it in his face. Those are the data points David has the most fun capturing and discovering, being rewarded by. Some personality types really like using extroverted feeling all the time to make their decisions and guide their decisions. They very naturally and skillfully adjust themselves to the needs and expectations and reactions of the outside group, of social norms. David doesn't do that. His individualist side and perspectives are way too strong to fully enjoy adjusting himself constantly to what the group wants him to be, what the group expects from him. His introverted thinking, logical filter on things makes it so that for all of the TP personality types, feelings, social dynamics, emotional reactions, they're a little bit more seen as interesting inputs and outputs that can be discovered, understood a little bit more impersonally from afar. Oh, if I do this, this happens. If I say this, this happens. Oh, when I did this, that was a strong emotional reaction. Sometimes it can sound bad or seem weird when introverted thinkers are approaching emotional social things in sort of like a button pushing way, in a more manufactured logical way. But it's just a different way of approaching things, of showing how you care. From the TP perspective, it's sort of like, hey, if I don't naturally feel things out, this is sort of my special way of showing who I am, what I care about, who I care about.
You take everything so
David does
seriously.
this thing with people where he just like says the absolute most horrible things about them, and then he goes, "I was kidding." Meanwhile, people are
I
crying.
think it's really interesting how David's greatest strengths and personal weaknesses, blind spots, all come from the same building blocks. Crazy idea, let's actually make this happen. I sorted this out for myself, I really want to do this, I don't care what people say, this really makes sense to me to do.
Shut the f. What? Whose is that?
Yours?
No.
And oh my gosh, super strong emotional reactions, my favorite thing in the entire world. Crazy idea, I really want to make this happen, super strong emotional reactions. Crazy idea, I really want to make this happen, super strong emotional reactions. But at the same time, sometimes crazy idea, I really want to make this happen, super strong emotional reaction doesn't always work out, isn't always the best idea.
Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Recover! Oh my god! Stop the wings! Stop the.
Sometimes what David thinks totally makes sense to him is super exciting and fun, might not be the best ideas to do. Because his introverted thinking helps him keep things very impersonal, David's humor often has sort of an edge to it. He has a lot of fun pushing people's buttons, sort of trolling his friends, roasting his friends, but there's been lots of examples where he's accidentally crossed a line, actually upset his friends. With David's personality type, he can also sometimes rush to get people's strong emotional reactions. David's so excited about these ideas and possibilities he's coming up with.
I gotta go. It's my fucking brother, David.
And you can see in his pranks, he's sometimes so excited to get that reaction, to see what's gonna happen for himself, that he doesn't always properly take the time to slow things down to figure out, is this actually a good idea? Is this thing I'm excited to do actually in alignment with what I think matters, the people I think matter to me?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
There are limits. This right now.
It's dope.
Who are those people out there?
They're all extra.
Extroverted intuition, introverted thinking, and some extroverted feeling. From the building blocks, strengths, weaknesses, and patterns, preferences we talked about in today's video, I'm pretty sure David Dobrik is an ENTP personality type. There's no such thing as a good or bad personality type. Every personality type has strengths and weaknesses, superpowers, and blind spots. What makes you better or worse is what you do with those building blocks you have, how you use what you're bringing to the table. Many more personality breakdowns coming your way. I hope they can help. I have a lot of fun making them. You are the change maker of your own life. Let's think more deeply. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.